Allah, there's only one God and He created Adam, and we are the children of Adam. Allah, la ilaha illallah.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Muhammadin Nabiyil Mursaleen. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have a very interesting video today for you. We're going to hear some encouraging and inspirational words from the brother Tawfiq, brother Idris Tawfiq. He came into Islam 10 years ago. He was a Roman Catholic priest before then. So we're going to ask him a few questions, and inshallah he'll give us beautiful answers which will motivate us, encourage us, and increase our deen, and also show us the right path. Sirat al-Mustaqim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you going?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very good.
The first question that we wanted to ask was, what encouraging words would you say to brothers and sisters that have strayed from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the truth path, the truth?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, I'm honoured to be here at Reading University. You honour me by being here. I wish the television cameras could show. You know, on the television you see loads of Muslims doing bad things, and this is what people on the news see. But you know, on this tour I'm speaking in 12 different universities. I wish the TV could show young people like yourselves, you know, who've given up their time to come and learn a little bit more about Islam. And as well, I'd like you to see the politeness and the kindness and the good manners and the good behaviour of the young people I meet every time I come. Answer to your question, you know, FOSIS is the Federation of Student Islamic Societies of the UK and Ireland. They're the ones that have invited me to different universities. And they have as their motto, an ayat from Quran, hold fast to the rope of Allah and be not disunited, okay? Now you ask for advice, I don't give advice, you know? I'd sound like your dad if I gave advice, so I don't give any advice. But what I would say is, you know, that ayah from Quran, hold fast to the rope of Allah, it tells us, you know, as I said at the start of the talk, growing up is not easy. Growing up with family from a different cultural background is not easy. Growing up young with a different background and Muslim, you don't know where you are. You've got all kinds of things pulling you. Am I Pakistani? Am I Muslim? Am I British? And all I can say, you know, to Muslims who perhaps gone a little bit away from the faith is, pray. 5 times a day, pray. Sometimes, you know, praying, we don't know what it's all about. But it's in praying that we find peace. You know, talking to any Muslim, any young Muslim that goes out clubbing and drinking and has boyfriends and girlfriends, I'd say to them, you know, does that really bring you happiness? Does that, you know, when you're alone, on your own, is your heart at peace? Do you find happiness in, you know, in drink and all that kind of stuff? I would say to you, brothers and sisters, because you are my brothers and sisters, I'd say, you know, Islam, in Arabic we say, Al-Islam Islam is the answer. The answer to what? The answer to everything. Islam, you know, we see a lot of rubbish about Islam on the TV, but Islam is beautiful and gentle and sweet. And it would make grown men cry because it's so beautiful. It's the beauty of Islam that drew me to its message through meeting good Muslims. You know, maybe you've only met bad Muslims. Islam is so beautiful and gentle. Islam has the answer to any problem we have in life. So, to start with, that's a bit of advice to start with, okay?
So the next question is to give some words that will help brothers and sisters that are trying to learn about Islam, trying to come into the fold of Islam. Just some words to help.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is very important. Because in that FOSIS ayah, hold fast to the rope of Allah, that means cling to Allah even if you don't understand sometimes. And be not disunited, that to me says you can't do it on your own. You need other people to help you. You know, it's impossible to live, maybe not impossible, but you've got to be superhuman. to be a good person, a religious person on your own, you need good friends around you. You know, sometimes Muslims will say, young Muslims will say, you know, I'm finding it difficult to pray, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. And I say, okay, who are your friends? Or what's your Saturday job? You know, I work as a bouncer in a nightclub. Well, if you work as a bouncer in a nightclub, that's going to affect everything in you. You know, you can't be with alcohol and all kinds of other bad things and expect it wouldn't affect your life. You know, our prayer finds us out. When we pray, if we can't think of anything religious when we're praying, all we can think about is football. You know, we need to sort our life, or worse. You know, we go to pray and we're thinking about all kinds of things that we shouldn't be thinking about. The prayer is telling us our priorities in life are a little bit, you know, we need to, for example, when we pray, we need to prepare ourselves to pray. You can't just be watching football and then at half-time rush off and pray Salat al-Asr and then go back to the second half of the football, expecting that in the interval you'll be thinking happy thoughts about God and religion. You won't, you'll be thinking about the football match. You know, if all you're doing is watching girls on the computer, then when it's time to pray, you go and pray, you can't think about God. All you can think about are the girls you've been watching. That's only natural. So you've got to sort out in your life what your prayers will find you out. Your prayers will tell you what's important in your life. So what I'm saying, brother, is surround yourself with good friends. You know, and I don't just mean friends who can talk the talk. Anyone can talk. I mean good, kind friends, honest friends, people who really pray, not just people who go through the motions of talking about Islam. I mean really good people. And if you surround yourselves with good people, and with them you do good things, you become good yourself. You know how in Ramadan, it feels good at the end of a day of fasting. You feel really good. The fast is over and you feel, oh, I achieved. Doing good things makes you feel good. Just as, be honest, doing bad things makes you feel bad. So if you've got good friends who can help and support you, I'm not suggesting you turn into some kind of religious maniac. You know, and if you're not religious to start with, take it step by step. You know, little steps at a time. Maybe some of the sheikhs might shout at me for saying this, but you know, if you've not prayed for a long time, for years, pray once a day first. You know, don't take too much on. Don't say, oh, I'm going to be a good Muslim. This is why some people fail in Ramadan. You know, you don't pray all the year. Then Ramadan comes and you say, oh, I'm going to recite the whole of the Quran. I'm going to pray 5 times a day. I'm going to get up in the middle of the night. And at the end of the first week, you give up because it's too much for you. If you're not used to praying, do it slowly. Pray once a day. Then when you can manage that, pray twice. Work your way to doing what Allah Almighty wants you to do. But surround yourself with good friends. Inshallah.
So, brothers and sisters, what the brother said is we should try to make ourselves better. Every single day we make ourselves better. We can never be, our goodness can never be enough. We have to always improve ourselves. And we pray and keep steadfast in the deen. We hold on to the Islam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon us. Allah has said that if La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah was to be put on top of the earth, it will crush the earth and whatever it contains. This is how weighty it is, and this is how valuable La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah is, and we should cherish this, and we should appreciate this, and we should know the true blessings of it, and we should be better human beings for ourselves and for the whole of mankind, and for the whole of the world and the peace of this world. May Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq to act upon whatever has been said. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum, which means peace, brothers.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Peaceful, 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 peace. Peaceful, 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 peace. Salamun, 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 salam. Salamun, 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 salam.